Hello, fourth grade. I hope you're having an excellent day so far. My name is Leslie Lopez, and I currently work as a paraprofessional with a pre-K 3 class. Some of my basic job duties are to ensure that my pre-K 3 students are on task and checking if they need any help with anything. Because they're three, they're still developing, different kind of skills, so I want to make sure that I can guide them to be successful. So today I want to talk to you about tools that an entrepreneur can use. So something that I've looked at or have thought about is that tools can be anything you want to use to make a successful business. There aren't anything, you don't have to use like a specific kind of tool, like, tools don't have to be like a hammer or a saw or screwdriver. Tools can be anything you want it to be. So, kind of think about it. What kind of tools do you need to make a business? Something that I think about when I start looking at the tools that an entrepreneur can use is one that I think about is like creativity. I think creativity is an important tool whenever you want to make a business because it kind of helps you expand and think about, like what can I, do to make a business, something that just makes your brain like tick and you're like, I can do that, And so I'm going to tell you a story about a tool that that has to do with creativity. So I noticed that one day in an area that I live, I was driving by and I saw an electric scooter on a corner of a busy intersection. And so I got down and I started looking at it, and it wasn't like your usual electric scooter. It was something that it had like a card reader and all this stuff. And I was like, what is this? And so, I didn't mess with it. I just looked at it and then I went away, I went back home. And so within the few days of after seeing that scooter, I just started seeing a lot more pop up. And so before I knew it, there were just multiple scooters everywhere. And so many people were riding them, like I would see so many pedestrians, like, instead of walking across the crosswalks, they were riding the scooters. And so I started paying more attention to why these scooters were popping up, and it just clicked to me. I started thinking, man, this business is using creativity to get what they want. And so I think the business behind these scooters, they need to target the area that I lived in because of all these college students that live there. I would see students riding these to get to class or to the small restaurants that were super like close to campus. And I even noticed that some college students were just riding these to class, because class is about, maybe walking distance can be about 20 minutes. But with scooters, you're just zooming past the crowd and you get there much more faster. And so I just started thinking this business is very smart for targeting the area that we live in or that I live in, and for charging to use these scooters. I mean, college students, are desperate, if they can get to class much faster, and they're going to do it, and they're going to pay to use that scooter. And so the business saw potential demand for their scooters, and they used the tools they had available to them to pursue this goal. And I think that's really cool and awesome that they were able to use, a tool to kind of start their entrepreneurship and, get to where they wanted to be. And so I think that if you have anything to share about innovation or profit, please do so, because, anything is possible. And if you think about it, does it relate to the story that I had to tell you today? Really think about that. And so something else that I want to ask is, do you have any thoughts or a phrase that you remember that you can share with your friends and family? And remember that it is not difficult to get to where you want to be. It's not hard to start your own business. You just have to be rewarding in ways that you will not know. And so overall, the scooters were great because they were transporting college students from point A to B. Not just college students, anybody could have used these scooters, but they were convenient and they were making money, and they were just very convenient to use. It was just amazing how this business, still, it boggles my mind how cool this company was. And so, so I hope my story was able to kind of open up your mind and kind of think about different tools that an entrepreneur can use. I hope you have a great day, fourth grade.